Willie D Live.
Yeah, and I've been guilty of that too.
Yeah.
I've been guilty of that too. But
Do strippers count?
The strippers count.
Overtip?
Everybody count, man. Strippers are people too. Strippers are people too.
We can overtip strippers.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Strippers are people too. Man.
But yeah, I'm guilty of overtipping, and because I'm black, and because we do have that stigma of black people don't tip. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I do hold that brand. We need to stop that.
Yeah. They.
I tipped somebody at the airport over a bag of chips. I grabbed the chips and gave it to him. And the little thing was like, I'm waiting to do my Apple Pay, and it wasn't going. So, you had to press one of them buttons first. And the buttons were tips. You want a tip for just ringing me out? After I grabbed it. So it is getting a little bit, and I tipped them, going like, well, if you need that bad, bro, go ahead and get it.
No, you tip not because he needed that bad. You tip because of that pressure they put on you.
Right.
Because they put that,
it comes up, 18%.
15, 18, 20.
Yeah.
And the worst type, when they do those, the worst type are the kinds where they won't give you a button to skip.
Right. There's no skip button.
Yeah. And then you got to tell them, that, hey, I don't want a tip. Right. And then they go to...
But I said something to him. I said, man, tip, all you did was ring me up. And he just smiled. He was a black dude, too. Had it been, anybody other than black, maybe I wouldn't be like, hey, no, I ain't tipping that. But I gave the brother a tip on a bag of chips. A bag of chips. Like, he didn't, fry them and put them in the bag and seal it up. I grabbed them from outside the counter and gave it to him. He just scanned it. You get a tip for scanning?
Now, how do you deal with tipping when you go to a restaurant and pick your food up?
Man,
how do you deal with that?
I tip the highest one. I always give it to him.
When you pick the food up?
Pick the food up?
When you have to pick up the food?
Yeah.
You tip the highest, whatever that highest.
I do.
But but you know what? I think that is not fair to the people who actually serve. I don't think that's fair to the people who are actually going back and forth inside of the restaurant.
Got it.
Bringing you your food. Right. Making sure you got a refill on your drinks. Making sure that you're comfortable. Go and tell the manager, hey, can you warm it up in here?
Right.
That person is really, really working.
But maybe you're tipping the preparers, the cooks.
Well,
maybe that's going to them.
The cooks shouldn't be getting tipped.
Why? They actually cook the food.
But because the cooks are on salary. They're salaried. And they make a lot more money than servers do. Servers, in most industries, servers make, $1 something an hour, $2 an hour, and then everything else is tips.
Okay, all right.
So they're on salary. They're getting paid a lot more money. Look, man, the bottom line is these restaurants, they should pay their employees a fair wage.
A fair wage, absolutely.
That's what should happen. And the onus should not be on the customer who's already paying for their meal and service to pay additional service.
And then there's other little fees in there, too, that you got to look out for, too.
Man, what about when they? I know these servers getting mad at us right now.
Hey, man.
Well, people in the hospitality industry like these motherfuckers. Hey, shut up.
Spitting out food.
No, we got to speak for the people, man.
Yeah.
What about when they include a gratuity already, right? And then... But they don't tell you. They just hand you the bill, and then it shows another spot where you can put a service, an additional service fee.
Now, here's the thing with that is some of them will tell you, right? Yeah. Some will tell you with a gratuity already included, you're not obligated to tip anymore. And I always do. But if the service is bad, then I don't. If the service is good, then I'll give them a little bit more.
Have you ever refused to tip point blank, period?
Oh, yeah.
Why, when you sat down to eat, you refused?
No, if the service was bad.
If the service was bad, did you not tip at all?
Boom. I'll leave a note, be better next time. and what I'll do is actually pay in cash. That way you ain't got my card information to go run some numbers that ain't on there.
Have you ever...
There's also pressure with us being entertainers and people knowing who we are. That's even extra pressure because it's like, man, that guy Torry cheap. He didn't even tip.
They go tell on you.
Yeah, so it's like you over tip because of what we do.
But a lot of times, even if you over tip, they think they deserve more because you're an entertainer.
Yes.
Because they know you got it.
And some people have ruined that. Like I forgot who it was. It may have been it was a comedian who passed away. It may have been Robin Williams. I heard he'll go in for a cup of coffee at a cafe and still leave $100. as a tip.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
I forgot what it was.
It wasn't Robin Williams.
It was.
I'll get the name.
Yeah. George, it wasn't George Carlin.
Who was that?
It was somebody.
Yeah, I can't think of the name right now.
But you heard about that, right?
Yeah. That was in L.A.
Yeah. Tip $100 on a black coffee, no sugar, no cream. Like, okay. Yeah. If you got it, you got it.
Yeah, that's
a little bit extreme. I ain't doing that.
That's extreme.
Right. You gotta show me a body part or something.
Speaking of body parts, you talked about Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
In your man,
what is a hell of a segue.
What is your gripe with Jeffrey, man?
He ate little black boys, man. You want soul food? Go to Atlanta, man. You ain't gonna eat little black boys. What the hell's wrong with you? Man, we got enough problems in the black community. You eating us now?
Yeah. Jeffrey, that's funny as hell, man.
Yeah, man. I'm like, why? Evidently like dark meat. You know, that's his flavor profile.
Say, man,
I say that joke because, man, you know, when every time somebody black do something, no matter who it is, our white friends will ask us, do we know him or whatever. But we don't ask them that. We didn't ask white people, did they know Jeffrey Dahmer, you know, personally? No. We don't, like I said, when one black person do something, they put us all in the same, you know, boat, so to speak, for lack of a better I don't know, lack of a better description. But I had beef with Jeffrey, man.
Yeah.
No Diddy.
Yeah. What do you think about what's going on with Diddy?
Man, this is crazy. I mean, it's crazy. You know what's funny about the whole Diddy thing? Several comments have talked about it because I'd never been to like a Diddy party, right? But I was always, you know, when I was coming up in the game, you hear about the Diddy parties. Everybody wanted to go to a Diddy party. It's like, man, the women that be there, the networking that you can do there, like, of course. And my career was budding. I'm like, I ain't never on the list for a Diddy party, right? I'll never, you know. And sometimes we get mad at God for the prayers he don't answer. And then flip to 2024, it's like, thank God for the prayers he didn't answer. Because I used to be like, man, I just want to go, let me go to one Diddy party and make a connection with somebody I can, you know, a producer or whatever. But it didn't happen, man. My brother now, Joe done been to a Diddy party. I don't know if he been to the after party, but Joe been to a Diddy party. You know, Joe always wearing the tight shirts with his arms out.
Man, why Joe always want to get in people's face, man? Joe be like, I saw Joe the other night, and he gonna come up to me, yeah, Willie D, I see you.
Yeah.
See you working out, huh?
So I think it's definitely a little man complex, man. I'm a little taller than Joe. I'm an inch taller than Joe, so I can say that. Joe a little shorter than me. He wider, but he a little shorter. He's just angry for no reason. Why you mad, Joe?
Joe be tripping.
You got a successful career. You're a good-looking black man. You're in shape. You had a mama and daddy we grew up with. Why you angry, Joe?
man, what was it like growing up with Joe?
Oh, it was hell.
Yeah.
Joe like to sun you. Joe, even at our ages that we are, Joe has to remind you that he's big bro.
How many years do you
4 years apart, and I'm 56.
So y'all didn't hang out together growing up?
We did. I didn't have a choice. Now I have a choice. That's why I didn't go to the party the other night. I don't like hanging out with Joe.
But typically, if you have kids who are 4 years apart, like a whole high school apart, they typically don't hang out together growing up.
Right. I have two older sisters and an older brother too.
Yeah.
So Joe is right above me, and then I have another older brother, the one I like, and then I have two older sisters. Yeah. So Joe and one of my older sisters, they were real close. Yeah. And Joe and my other brother Ramon, they were real close. And me and my little sister, I have a little sister, we were closer than me and Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you find comedy like after, you know, did you find comedy because of Joe, or did comedy find you? Comedy
found me because I believe it's a gift from God. So before I was born, I was given the gift of comedy. I was always like the class clown, the campus clown in college, the school bus clown. You know, you get on, you do the mama jokes of dozens every morning. That was always me before Joe even started doing stand-up. But we were always funny. We got a funny family. But Joe ended up doing it professionally first, which I didn't know that was even a job or an option. I knew who Eddie Murphy was and Richard Pryor and those guys and Bill Cosby, but I didn't know that's like something I could do until I saw my brother Joe on Showtime at the Apollo. Then I saw him on Def Comedy Jam. So that's somebody that I knew, that I identified with. Like, oh, I can do that?
Yeah.
I've been doing it for free my whole life, getting kicked out of class and getting whippings for it. But now I can get paid doing this. If I'd have known that, I'd have gone pro early. I'd have dropped out of grade school and went pro. so Joe was definitely the inspiration for me to do it professionally. And Def Comedy Jam, that was the key that started my engine.
Yeah. So you get started, and then 96 you have a breakout year. 96.
Yeah, I started in 92. 94 really was my breakout year because I started in 92, and 94 is when I did Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah.
All right, Bob Sumner, told Joe, and Bob Sumner is, the guy. He booked basically everybody you ever seen on Def Comedy Jam. Bob Sumner went around the country and really handpicked. That's why Def Jam was such a success, because Bob Sumner really pick these gems that are stars today and stars of yesterday too. But it was that started my national TV debut.
Yeah. And, well, what I was getting at was the films. Because typically artists, like comedians, no matter how good they are with stand-up, they all aspire to be film actors.
Absolutely.
They want to be, they want to get to sitcoms and the films, right?
Right.
So
get tired of that road life, drug dealer promoters, and not having your money. And, they pay you with the blood on the money because they went on the corner and made a pickup. Now I got your money, and there's fresh blood on it. Yeah. So we try to get out them streets like that. That's why the movies and TV shows are important, because it's going to boost our ticket sales. Right. You boost our ticket sales, then we start playing legitimate
better
places,
venues.
Bigger and better venues.
You got your money.
You came up through the rap game, so I'm sure y'all got a similar story as us. You playing these little hole in the wall clubs, trying to get your sound out, your mixtape out, or whatever out, and you got to deal with these promoters who trying to clean their money.
Janky promoters.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Ice Cube.
Yes, sir.